Einstein. He's a cotton top tamarin. They're just awesome. They come from Central and South America. Because they're New World primates. Unfortunately, tamarins of this species are some of the most endangered primates on the planet due to the destruction of their natural habitat, and also the collection for the pet trade as cities and people get closer to the. These are golden-handed marmosets. They're just awesome. They're also New World. Found in northern South America, golden-handed tamarins are very, very unique among the primates. Very rare behavior because instead of having one male and being dominant and having a bunch of females, there's one dominant female and a bunch of males. Check this guy out. This is Udi. He was a spider monkey, a black-footed spider monkey. Now, I love the way that they have that prehensile tail that acts as kind of like a fifth limb, like yet another arm, so they can swing around better than ever. Now it's so strong they can just kind of hang off of that. Now, this is Goldie. She's a Peruvian spider monkey. They're just awesome. Look, they have the same prehensile tail as the black-footed ones. Tamarins like these can live in groups of up to 100, but usually they separate into smaller subgroups, only coming together for a couple of weeks out of each year. If you look around, these monkeys have a gigantic habitat full of networks of cages that are connected through these giant bridges that go across them. They may be cute, but they don't make good pets because they can be aggressive, and it takes a space this big to even keep them happy. All the animals here are here because they were abandoned or retired from some other situation, like the pet trade, labs, or entertainment.
Hi, I am 123Z. Star Wars has 6 episodes. It is Jedi vs. Sith. Obi-Wan kills Darth Maul in episode 1. There are robots with guns called droids. Clones work for the good side. There's tons of droids and clones, and a lot of planets in it too. You gotta watch Star Wars.
The attainment of pleasure isn't necessarily a good thing.
Hi, my name is Destroyer123. How are you? I am going to tell you about King Cobra. They eat rats, snakes, and stuff like that. Lives in the rainforest. King Cobras are black or brown. I think they're cool, but they can be mean. But that is nature, so if you run into one, do not make it mad, or else it may not be so nice. That is all. My name is Tyrannosaurus Pteranodon. I'm going to tell you about the T-Rex. The T-Rex is a reptile like all other dinosaurs. The T-Rex is also called Tyrannosaurus. The Tyrannosaurus is in the Tyrannosaur family. Tyrannosaurs lived in the Cretaceous period around 70 to 65 million years ago. They have teeth that were 6 to 12 inches long. They hunt anything they want, and they live in North America. Tyrannosaurus teeth are razor sharp. They are one of the biggest carnivores, and they are one of the 5 top fearsome dinosaurs. Tyrannosaurus lungs are made for roaring like lions.
Hi, my name is Reese's Four, and I'm going to tell you about cats. My favorite cat is Sunny. There are many cats in the world. Here are some.
Yes, even your brainiac math was type has a fantasy of being that guy.
JJ542. Me. Come get this paper. Tigers.
I also want to share with you.
Using mushrooms. Like that.
Like that. We're using mushrooms.
We're using mushrooms.
So we would have a positive experience, a pleasurable experience.
We're using
Better never to have been harming coming into existence. The prevention of a negative is a good
I also want to share with you. We're using mushrooms.
I like that. I like that. I like that. We're using mushrooms. We're using mushrooms. We're using mushrooms. We're using mushrooms.
Before they go ahead and do it, something that people should actually look deeply into.
We're using mushrooms.
And I think it weighs heavily on the negative side of things for various reasons.
Arises from the heart and moves up to what's commonly called the third eye center. And as this space becomes illuminated, it leads to direct spiritual vision, to be able to actually use non-physical realities to change things on the physical plane. So if you look at the form of a spiral, you have the completion of a circle. But as the circle is moving, it's moving either up or down. And another end of the cycle on a higher octave, the ladder of the angelic beings, an ocean of fire. So if we think of the pure consciousness of the Godhead as an ocean of fire, then there is one flame, one spark detached from that ocean of consciousness and given to the conscious spiritual beings. Now that can also lead, unfortunately, to forms of spirituality that are illusory or hallucinogenic. If we were to strip away the veil, we would see that these invisible Luciferic and Aromatic beings are influencing our consciousness at all times. When we think in a particular manner, when we feel in a particular manner, all of our thoughts, all of our feelings, all of our internal states have an energetic quality to them, and they will resonate like an antenna. Our qualities are the exact same height in the other worlds. These beings are surrounding us all the time, and our boundaries are actually not solid. They move through us, our consciousness, our feeling life all the time.
Hi, my name is Saka One. Today I'm going to tell you about monkeys. Monkeys like to climb trees, they like to eat bananas. But you ever stick your finger in the cage? Monkeys are crazy, silly, funny. Monkeys don't have guts. Monkeys aren't mammals. Monkeys live all over the world. Even monkeys live at zoos. You don't want to have a monkey because they'll break stuff.
Hi, my name is Science1024. I am going to tell you about Minecraft. It is a game. I will tell you one of the monsters. It is the Enderman. The Enderman is very creepy. He can break your house. They can transport. They are black with purple eyes. They are very tall.
Meat, dairy, eggs, or leather. Anything that someone does, well, that ends up supporting an industry that causes suffering to these other animals.
When you bring somebody into existence, you risk the person having even greater harms, or like being raped or getting cancer or any type of harm like that. You risk that by bringing the person into existence.
name is Lily124 and today I'm going to tell you about Pluto. Pluto was a planet for 76 years. In 2006, Pluto was called a dwarf planet and Pluto is still a dwarf planet now. Scientists don't know as much about Pluto as they would like, so they made a spacecraft named New Horizons to bring more information about Pluto. The New Horizons will return in 2015. Pluto has at least 3 moons. Pluto was discovered by a man named Clyde. He was trying to find a big planet, but he found little Pluto instead. Pluto was a big help to scientists because they found a lot of other dwarf planets while learning about Pluto.
Scientists at the Oregon Regional Primate Research Center said they created primates and the research working great models of human diseases.
Who am I? Why am I here? Where do I come from? And how do I develop a process by which I can become more self-aware and accelerate my process of development? Along the path of initiation, as you begin to understand processes other people don't understand, there can be the temptation to use that knowledge to manipulate other people. Or to manipulate all types of things. They can manipulate them with all types of things in neurolinguistic programs, and neurolinguistic programs, and neurolinguistic programs. There's a very strong rule that you can manipulate them all over the place, emanating from the same ocean of fire as the consciousness of God. That's the essence of all of this. We think we're awake and we're walking around in the world, but we're still fast asleep, and we just keep playing out the same reactive psychological patterns again and again and again. Being able to actually go into resonance with the actual forms in the mind of God that hold the patterns of everything in the world is a communion with the mind of God.
An antinatalist like you, while your logic and antinatalism is sound,
If I could convince just one single person not to procreate, then that person that doesn't procreate doesn't create a whole line of people, from generation to generation that they otherwise would have if I didn't exist.
What animal can it be? Knowing about it now, I'd say a Wolverine. He has an insatiable appetite. He always kills and eats more. Kills more than he needs to sustain himself. In other words, he's excessive. And I guess that relates to what Kevin might be doing now, dealing in music and his excessiveness.
Kids doing this now, Bill. We did do it in the past, so we're going to do it today, and the day after that, and the day after that. It takes two to tango, and by letting these people know that we move from some basic laws, it should be reciprocal. That anything that goes down on oppressed people, we did so in the past, and we're going to do it today, and the day after that, and the day after that. But the last word is on out here, but when I leave, you can feel I said, we might not be back. I might be in jail. I might be in.
God, he defeated his father Kronos. He had 2 brothers, Poseidon and Hades. Zeus was the god of lightning in the heavens, Poseidon was the god of the seas, and Hades was the god of the underworld. They were known as the Big Three, the main gods. Zeus married Hera, goddess of motherhood and childbirth. They also had sons and daughters that were gods. There was also Perseus and Hercules, they were demigods. Hermes was the son of Zeus, god of messaging, Ares, son of Zeus, god of war, Athena, goddess of wisdom and war. And there was Demeter, sister of Hera, goddess of the harvest, Apollo, son of Zeus, god of music, Aphrodite, daughter of Zeus, goddess of love and beauty. Aeolus was the son of Zeus and god of the winds, Pan, god of the wild. Atlas, a titan, held up the world on him on the mountain. The gods lived on Mount Olympus, and Hephaestus, the son of Zeus, and god of fire and blacksmiths. The end.
You go for someone one generation down from the original. Because the original gets like a revelation. And
you go for someone one generation down from the originator.
And all the nuances of what it means is just inherently true to them.
I will continue to incarnate to help all sentient beings until all sentient beings attain enlightenment. Resonance is the process with which whatever energy quality we're holding at whatever level, which is in our energy body, emotional body, mental body, etc., whatever that energy quality is will resonate like a tuning fork with other beings, processes, planes of the same nature. We all know that positivity is important, but you'll actually find that it changes the vibrational quality of the subtle bodies. The first stage of initiation in the classical initiation was called the raven. The next stage is the occultist or the hidden scholar. At the next stage, they become known as the warrior. Next stage is that of the lion. At this stage, you would have in classical text where a person is called so-and-so the Greek, so-and-so the Persian, so-and-so the Samaritan. The sixth stage was that of the son hero, until finally it moves up to the stage of father. Go backward through your day in reverse order. Now I'm at the moment just before I went to bed. The dissolving practice is an alchemical way to actually regain the experience they had. They're trying to communicate through the words.
I'm a little concerned here. Well, if we don't... What are you going to do about it? Nothing. I'm a little concerned here. Well, if we don't... What are you going to do about it? Nothing. We don't... What are you going to do about it? The sun. The sun. The sun. The sun, the sun, the sun, the sun.
Magically seduce and satisfy women. He wants to know that you love what he and your unregistered trademark as joining that his masculinity is arousing you. Male archetype of the strong sex god. Male archetype of the strong sex god. Male archetype of the strong sex god. When you say this phrases, I, the Euro unregistered trademark, act like your Euro unregistered trademark. They cross right into a sexual imagination. Skinny of sex god and sex god rock how much importance love has placed on their penis. Add in the F word for a more explicit effect. Don't the Euro unregistered trademark T-stop. It could be any command really, harder, right there, give it to me. Again, feel free to add in curse words and explicit language. Exactly what the Euro unregistered trademark has joined you is confident and hot.
Dancing, and she wants to, have a good time, and kind of symbolically, it's like she goes to the excess of joy. She's not really happy, but she desires these shoes so she can dance. And I was at a time in my life when I was having a lot of problems and was not well.
And how is this archetype, or myth expressed through that?
But she also was magical. She would take the children to these realms of magic and make-believe, only it wasn't make-believe. The children were actually taken to these realms like of the stars, of vitality, power, the blood of life, just red, and you think about all the things that are red and vibrant. They are wild animals, and they are natural.
Because it takes a while to identify and shed those things that are kind of keeping you from being yourself. And first, of course, we have to get over the fact that art is really for everyone. We're all trained not to do art.
You then are censoring anything that comes up that might not please you, and then you're stuck. You're really sleep. If you're going to start criticizing what you dreamt last night, you're in big trouble. But usually with dreams, we just accept them as they are. We say, I dreamt this scary dream or a beautiful dream.
I think that we all are captured by things in our childhood, and sometimes later than our childhood. Is this your true nature? And then experimenting. This didn't work at all. So-and-so is very mad with me. And I go, yes!
And the messengers are like angels?
Well,
or
kind of like angels.
wake me up when you're finished talking about yourself.
Yes.
Telling us about the archetype. Our mind can now access the pure archetypes from the mind of God.
Yeah, like you can wake up in the middle of the night. There's a physical feeling when you're about to have a ball. There's a way it can be like bubbling up. It's kind of almost spastic, jerky, weird. If you're a gazelle, you're up off the ground doing this, right?
So how long do they do this?
Not very long. You know, maybe a minute. Machine guns are not something that animal nervous systems are designed to cope with. We get reactions to car wrecks that our nervous system is trying to cope with. It's more like recognizing and using the capacity of consciousness to focus and allow to change how we react to stimuli. Okay? If you want to go into their immediate sensation through a pathway of pleasure and then see if they can sustain it. To resonate and engage with what's pleasing is naturally self-regulating. There's an activation, there's a threshold, and there's a deactivation. This is an instinctual response to something that's revolting or there's an urge to push it away, right?
Hi, I'm Baseball 47.
There are many ways to get sick. If somebody has a bad cold, you have to stay away from them.
Cats speak meow and birds. It's cool. At night your cat might be crazy. Big fish will eat the small fish. When they are kept in a pool by people, they must live together.
Megalodon is the biggest shark in the world. It ate whales. One thing I knitted was a small square cloth with tassels at each point of the square. The top portion of the square is light pink, and the bottom is a bit of a dark pink. My aunt died as an infant.
Then, if you want it not at home, they will search the internet for a good place to hide it. So make sure it is okay with you, and you like it, so you agree. If you want it at home, they will buy supplies and activities to keep you guys off. The parents work hard to organize it.
Pomeranians can be very yappy, but some Pomeranians are trained not to be yappy.
Tigers, bobcats, and tigers.
Do not let the ice cream melt. Then it will be gross, then you can't eat it. The Velociraptor is the fastest dinosaur in the world. And the second smartest. It took a lot of people to make Lucas's dream come true. Star Wars became a sci-fi hit, so I made 2 more Star Warses to go with it. You hit back and forth until somebody hits it out of bounds and the other player gets a point. You play a lot of tournaments, and if you win the championships, you get a trophy.
Engineer a frog.
Did you know how hard it is to get a rhesus monkey? It sounds like all the doubles work to me, really.
He has an interesting viewpoint on a lot of stuff. He does not exactly like what's going on with this. He does not exactly like what's going on with that. He has lived a very interesting life. He does some stuff that, honestly, I couldn't think of. He goes out there and he enjoys it out there, and he doesn't get killed. A little odd, but he does this stuff. You get a chance, listen to him. If he even only does 90%, hell, if he even only does 50% of the stuff that he actually talks about, some of the stuff that he does is just insane. I can't think of more of what to say other than sounding like a total fanboy, which I am a fan of his. I'm not as bad as one of my friends, but I am a fan of his. It's going on 30 minutes, so I think I'm actually going to key out at this point.
I'm gonna do my show right now. This is an interstate show.